Sudan rather to South Africa, where the country is intensifying efforts to develop Africa's first coronavirus vaccine as the battle against the pandemic continues across the continent. Africa relied on the WHO-initiated COVAX facility to acquire the COVID-19 vaccines, but many countries could not roll out their vaccination programs due to the lack of adequate vaccines. And considering the inequality in the distribution of COVID-19 vaccines, the developers of the vaccine hope the initiative will change the narrative. More of that in this report.
There's a sense of hope at the Afrigen lab in Cape Town as the finishing touches are being added. This facility, the first of its kind in Africa, will develop the continent's first COVID-19 vaccine.
We are at the moment here where the facility is 99% completed. We have equipment on order to bring in to finalize the equipment and the capacity of the facility. We have also started to train people. We in fact had a group of scientists already working on producing an mRNA drug substance.
Developing regions were left behind as first world countries armed themselves against the virus. The rest of the world is opening up, but the continent continues to battle a barrage of variants and new infections as it catches up on vaccinations.
Strategically, this aligns with a vision of a continent to no longer be subject to inequalities in the supply of healthcare products. It is not only vaccines where Africa has seen shortages and problems. This kind of blueprint and this kind of model should trailblaze the landscape for others.
What this hub is here for is to see an end-to-end process. So for us to learn how do you make a vaccine from the very beginning, from the drug substance, all the way through to a final filled product. And in order for that to happen, the technology transfer and training to happen, it had to happen in a pilot scale, in a semi-industrial scale.
African countries have some of the lowest vaccination rates worldwide, and many are dependent on global vaccine sharing scheme COVAX, which has struggled to deliver. But this mRNA production facility is good news for the continent, as Afrigen will act as developer, BioVac as manufacturer, and South Africa's consortium of universities as research supporters providing scientific know-how.
We are going to be developing homegrown vaccines and therapeutics later on that will serve our own people. That's one positive thing. The second thing is that we'll be taking our own innovation and making use of that. And a very interesting thing is that oftentimes the world looks at Africa as one big country in a sense. But every country has its own peculiarities, and we also have diseases that are neglected, where developed countries don't experience the same thing.
Over 10,000 vaccine vials will be produced daily once the facility is up and running. It's the initial step in a 10-year program to strengthen the continent's capabilities to develop safe, affordable, and accessible medicine for African people.